me share this with my Facebook right quick. Hold on. Oh my God. What the fuck? It's not letting me do it, yo. Yo. Yes. We are back. Yes. We are back. Tan early. It's Monday. Beautiful April 6th. A day anew. A day anew. A day of new. A day of rejuvenation. A day of energy, regardless of anything that's going on outside of your world, outside of your comforts. Outside of comforts? Outside of your circumference. You know what I mean? Outside of your cortex. Regardless of what's going on the outside. Always, and I do repeat, always remember to maintain what's going on within the inside. Though we may not be able to control that which happens outside of us completely, you got control of what's inside of your head, and you also have control of how you react on the outside. You know what I'm saying? You can control that. And I ain't gonna lie, the anxiety almost got me, man. I always tout myself as one that tries not to get so emotionally bothered with what's going on in politics, man. And even beyond politics, even beyond that, just how people react to it online. And I try not to get so anxious and nervous over it. And over the weekend, I fell into it, man. I did. Because as we all know, the commander-in-chief, Donald J. Trump, what did J stand for? Julius, on Easter Sunday. Matter of fact, yesterday, early in the morning, Holmes made the crazy post on Truth Social. And essentially he said, if Iran does not open up that strait, whatever that strait is called, I can't think of it off the top of my head. They got 48 hours by Tuesday. He gonna rain fire. He said Tuesday it's gonna be bridge and power plant day. And he's gonna rain fire on the bridges and the power plants. Mess up the infrastructure. You know? Talking trash like you better do this or else. He said it's gonna be a glorious day. But the most, and excuse me while I'm eating, but I gotta do this right now. My blood sugar is low. This is my schedule to do this. It is what it is. Enjoy the smacking of the ASMR for those that like hearing those sounds. But anyway, the crazy part about the post was at the end of the post, I don't know if he said it was gonna be a bloodbath or whatever, but at the end, he said, all praise be to Allah. Now, we don't know if Trump actually posted that, but we do know that it came from Trump's Truth Social. And I don't agree with posts like that, because it's one thing to see somebody as your enemy, but to try to stir them up online and make them even more frustrated. Iranians, normal Iranians, I think every normal human being is like every normal human being, regardless of what your religion is, regardless of where you live. But extremists is always going to be extremists, whether they're American extremists, whether they're Iranian extremists. And when you stir them up and say it's going to be a bloodbath, you're going to kill them and destroy them, a lot of these individuals, they have a different concept of life and what happens to them in death when they die for their God. And they got no problem with blowing themselves up and blowing up other people because a lot of them think they're going to get some type of paradise. A lot of them think they're going to get 72 virgins in the afterlife for dying for their God. And you as the commander-in-chief, you can say and shake things up like this, because at the end of the day, you're in a lofty castle, you're in a lofty place. People can't necessarily touch you. When you incite people like this, it stirs up the common folk. It puts the common folk in more danger. Not just soldiers, troops, and allies in those countries. People right here in America. There are extremists right here in America that want America to lose. And I'm not even talking about Iranian extremists that live in America, because that's automatic. I'm talking about like actual Americans that are turncoats that hate Trump so much that they're willing to join the other side just to prove a point. And when you incite things like that, you put the battery in the back of your so-called enemies to do more rash things to innocent people because they can't get at you. So I don't agree with that. You know? It's the equivalent of an owner of a sports team talking trash to the other team from the press box. Like he the one that's actually going to get the tackles. Like he's the one that's actually going to score the touchdown. If Robert Kraft talked trash to the Oakland Raiders like crazy, like, yeah, man, we're about to bust your ass. We're going to sack your quarterback. We're going to make sure that your running back leg is broken. You know what I'm saying? You coming to, you know what I'm saying? We coming to your town and we're going to try to injure all your players. Them players, them Raiders going to feel some type of way. And it's not the Patriots that's talking. It ain't the players that's talking. It's Robert Kraft that's talking. Them Oakland Raiders, they can never reach Robert Kraft from his loftiness of the press of the high-end skybox that he's sitting in, sipping martinis and eating jumbo shrimp, and just basically telling the coach on the phone what to do from the comfort of his press box. He don't feel no hits from the pads. He doesn't have the risk of getting sacked, anything. But that quarterback, or that Patriot, whoever the quarterback is, on the Patriots, I can't think of his name. His name's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. Or they running backs, Rasheem, whatever the hell his name. He got a weird ass name. He had a real good season finally, because that dude always drops the ball, no pun intended for me, whenever I put him on my fantasy teams. And this is a 1 year I have that bum starting running back for the Patriots on my team, and he freaking did spectacular. Yeah. So the things that the commander-in-chief is doing is putting innocent people and innocent Americans at risk with his rhetoric. It was the praise be to Allah comic. Now, the pushback for that a lot of people on the right say, well, you know, extreme Islamists, extreme Iranians, and terrorists in general, they're always like publicly screaming death to America. This is something that they always do. So they would be used to hearing something like that because they always dish it out. But my thing is, even if that's your enemy, you still want to vanquish them with more class, you know? And then you don't gotta put your warnings online like that on just a regular social media post. To me, this would be something that you say on a podium in a press conference. Oh yeah, and he said fuck. He said open the fucking street. Like but Donald Trump always be cursing. But nobody knows who really posted that. They just know it came from his page, his personal page on Truth Social. And he sees it, and he obviously had to like agree. Whether he posted it or not, he's complicit. So I don't agree with that. That's on the right. I don't agree with how that's put out. I voted for him, yes, but I voted for him not for him to be like that. Now, the Democrats, the far left ones, like, I told you so, we told you this is how it was going to be, we told you so, we told you so, we told you so, we told you so. Okay. You told us so. My thing is, the question I asked, and I was just starting to feel anxiety about it. Let me back up. The anxiety almost got me because now I started doom scrolling. Because I didn't know if Trump posted that at first. At first I thought it was fake. I put it in AI. AI said it was fake, right? But then, you know, sometimes AI always don't be right. And then you have to cross-reference AI with multiple AIs. So I checked on AIs and it said it was fake, but then I cross-referenced it with like a bunch of them, and then I actually like got myself a Truth Social account to actually go on his page, and yeah, lo and behold, it was there. So that was a real post. It's not called a tweet, it's called something else. That was a real Truth Social. So I'm like, oh shit, he did post that. But it's like, a lot of Democrats that hate him, they're more happy about being right and saying, I told you so. It's like, wouldn't you rather him prove you wrong and him do good and actually be a better person? Wouldn't that be better for all of us? It's like, they want him to be wrong, just so they're more concerned about being proven right over something bad than being proven wrong over something good. That don't make sense. One field seeing as it said, is you gay? And my answer to that question is yes. I'm very gay. Extremely gay. The definition of gay is happy. And I'm extremely happy. So in answer to your question, yes, I'm gay. In the Dave Chappelle's voice, yes, I'm gay. Gay, gay, gay. But anyway, I just got the doom scrolling and just listening to the fear rhetoric. And, oh my God, the whole world has started to hate United States, and we're so scared and we're gonna die. Not realize I'm the same guy a week ago that was talking about, listen, man, death is just as common as life. This is a temporary experience. Even though we're composed of infinite material, we've always been here. And to just experience whatever we're going through as much as we can, because eventually this will pass on, regardless of how it passes on, and it will become something else. And not to get too married. Not to get too married, you know what I mean, to this existence. He said, I look zesty. Hey man, fuck it. Hey, if I look zesty, I look zesty. I guess my girlfriend liked the zestiness, you know what I mean? Some chicks like zesty dudes. You know, Prince, you remember Prince, rest in peace, Prince. Prince is probably one of the most zestiest dudes of all time, but he had some bad broads, you know? If I look zesty, hey, I can't help how you feel the way I look. So, hey man, it's cool. Your name is Winfield. Winfield is a zesty name. You know what I'm saying? Winfield, that's what your booty hole sound like every time you fart, because it's been blown open so much. It sounds like a Winfield. That's how your booty hole sound. So if I'm zesty, you are Italian robust zesty dressing. That's what you are. With your Winfield booty hole. You don't want to roast with a comic, bro. You don't want to do that. You're fighting a battle that you're going to lose every single time. But yeah, man. So I just I'm spitting. I don't care if I'm spitting. My blood sugar low. So yeah, I just got caught up in just being like overly worried. We're going to get shot. There's some terrorism going to happen. We're going to die. And I'm like, yo. Why am I thinking like this? Why? Because I got caught up in that one post from a person who I don't even really rock with like that on my page. That's another thing. You got to curate your timeline. I'm not saying your timeline got to be an echo chamber. I ain't saying that. But every time you look on your timeline, There's always the same negative people, always fear mongering and posting like negative things to make you feel sad and afraid. Always. After a while, I'm not saying you got to delete them as friends, but you got to start unfollowing people. Curate your algorithm, man. Because that's what I started seeing in my algorithm, and then my brain started getting depressed, and I started feeling anxiety. And I'm like, yo, you almost got me. See, that's the human side, right? That's the ego. The ego is overly concerned with this particular physical existence. The ego itself never wants to change. The ego, it wants to be born. We're experiencing reality like this and whoever we are, and it never wants this to end. Even though whatever it was before that had to end to become into this form. Like the sperm that you were before you came into this existence, before it fertilized that egg. That sperm had to end by fertilizing the egg. That egg had to end in order to be fertilized. That sperm, the genetic DNA from that sperm and the genetic DNA from that egg, they both combine together, and their two cells as an individuals, as they're themselves, like that sperm by itself and that egg by itself, both of those individuals had to end when it merged and became one thing, once it became you. So you were an infinite cycle of things ending, or I like transforming better. You were an infinite cycle of things ending and transforming once it became you. And now all of a sudden, you think you that special, that evolution just ends with the form that you are in right now? No. Somebody taught you that dying is a bad thing. Somebody taught you that death is an end. And they had no proof of what it was. Human beings, before religion was introduced to people, or before the concept of death being a bad thing was introduced to people, and before the concept of death being a depressing thing was introduced to people, human beings had the pleasure of knowing that, you know what, even if my life is tough and even if my life is difficult, at least when I pass away, it's going to be comfortable, it's going to be quiet, it's going to be tranquil rather, and it's going to be peaceful. But nah, somebody had to say, nah, yo, your life was messed up while you was alive, and when you die, if you don't have the same opinion about my God that I have, if you don't believe in the God that I believe in, your ass gonna burn forever. So it's like, damn, man, my life was tough, my life was difficult, and now I can't even rest in peace because I might burn up forever in a situation, believing in something that can't be proven. That is the most petty thing ever. That is one of the worst things that a human being ever did to other human beings, is teach them that death is a bad, scary thing when it happens to every single one of us, and it has happened, and it had been happening since as long as we can even understand the concept of everything was going on. So I had to fall back into, I had to fall back and realize this is a video game, man. This is a simulation. This is just part of the politics, the sports, the news, the entertainment, man. It's like Netflix. It's like you go on Netflix and you look at all the different categories. You got comedy, you got drama, you got educational, and you just watch different series. And once the series is over, you just switch over, you watch another series. This political-ish, it's just a series. Yes, it is serious within the construct of this reality, but the whole, you're gonna die, like we all was gonna die. All of us was already, as soon as we was born, every single last one of us was gonna die. How you gonna threaten somebody with something that was already gonna happen? Because they convinced us that we wasn't meant to. They convinced us that somehow, like everything that you see in nature, from the water cycle to the leaves, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in the summer, they bright and green, then the leaves fall off in the fall, then there's no leaves in the winter, it's completely dead, and then they start to bud up in the spring, and then they're full bloom in the summertime. The rain, you know what I'm saying? From mist to rain falling to the ground, to water, to evaporating to the ground, to mist again. Like, everything has this cycle, this continuous cycle, but we the only one where somehow we come from whatever, we get into this full form, and then we only wanted to stop at this form. That's like rain raining into water, but only stay in water forever and never evaporate, never again. What the hell make us so special? That the cycle just stops, that we want our cycle to just stop in this form. What makes us so special? With nothing in the universe does that. Nothing in the universe is just static. It just becomes one thing and never transforms into nothing else ever again. Nothing follows that. But for some reason, we want to be the one special thing in the universe that comes into being and then stops at one form and never, and that's it. And then we get stressed out because eventually, you know what I'm saying, like water, we hit the earth. You know, we was mist at one point, then we turned it to rain, then we hit the earth, you know what I'm saying, and we filled up some type of body of water, but we don't want the body of water to evaporate, meaning we don't want to pass on and go back to that gaseous form. That water ain't worried about becoming liquid and going back to a gas. Why? Because it's always going to become liquid again. It's going to be gas, it's going to become liquid, it's going to hit the ground, it's going to evaporate, it's going to become gas, it's going to become liquid, it's going to hit the ground, it's going to evaporate. It's that same cycle over and over. That's the same thing with us. That's what we've been doing. If you look at sperm looks like a drop of rain. The egg looks like the earth. It's the same thing, as above, so below. It's literally, I love talking about this type of stuff. It's literally the same thing. How the hell a drop of water look like sperm? How the hell an egg, an ovary egg, resembles the earth? How the hell a drop of water dropping through the atmosphere and splashing on the ground and then things growing from it? How the hell is that almost identical to the sperm traveling through the fallopian tubes, through the atmosphere, so to speak, hitting that egg, which is like the earth? What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, my brain is freezing right now. But you know what I'm saying? Fertilizing that earth, and then a human being growing from it. It's the same thing. And then a human being grows up. It's like the water basin filling up, and then eventually, you know, as the water gets used, as your life gets used up, you know what I mean? Eventually, the water gets lower and lower. It's not going away. It's just evaporating and it's going back into the atmosphere to repeat the cycle. Human beings do the same exact thing as water. It's the same thing, to the point that 70% of our body is water, as above, so below. All the answers are here. So I say all that to say this. I know this. I understand this. I understand all these cycles. I understand, like, mind-wise, I'm above all this ish, man. Mentally, I see beyond all of it. But at the same time, not everybody can really appreciate and understand these ideas that I have in my head. So I gotta kind of hold back when I spit this ism in person. But I'm not gonna hold back right here. So I got caught up in the anxiety, man. I got caught up in the earthly nonsense. I forgot that we just like the raindrops, man. Whenever you get caught up in this earthly system and all this negativity that's going on, and you sad that it's the end, just remember, you are the raindrops. You the same thing. You just going through a cycle right now. Right now, you're in your solid slash, well, actually, because we're mostly water. So right now, you are in your liquid form on Earth. 70% of you is liquid. Then this is literally our liquid form, and then eventually this liquid form will dissipate, and it's going to go right back to the sky and repeat itself. Liquids are composed of atoms. When a liquid mystifies and turns into gases, it's still composed of atoms. The same thing. It's the same thing as water, yo. It's literally the same thing. So I'm not gonna get caught. I'll entertain cats here and there, but sometimes, you know, if you're not married mentally to the way a lot of these individuals are with their sensibilities, or if you don't hate something on the level that somebody else hates, you're just more indifferent, or you're like, whatever, like, you know, that's how you feel. Hey, I don't want to get involved. Then people call you an ally of what they hate because you don't hate as much as they do. And to me, if you're my friend, you will respect me not really wanting to be as involved or as passionate about something that you are, as long as I'm not harming you. I don't need to be around individuals where it creates an echo chamber. If people feel like, yo, you all with me with everything or nothing, then go ahead, man. You can find enough of your acolytes and individuals that will follow that mindset. That's not going to be me. And I'm not going to insult nobody, nothing like that. I see what it is. I saw the preview of the Netflix show, and I choose not to watch it. Nah, I don't like this preview. Or I started watching this series. It was a couple things I ain't like in the first episode, but you know what? First couple episodes, but I gave it a chance. This got 10 episodes. I'm on episode 4. I really don't enjoy it, and it makes me upset when I watch it. I'm not gonna watch this episode anymore. And that's how I treat my so-called friends, especially like cats that's not even day ones. They may have some things that I don't really like about them, but you know, I'm gonna still give this Netflix series a chance. But it keeps showing me its ass. Like the latest season of Stranger Things, man, it was so corny. I couldn't even. I gave it like 3 episodes, and I was just like, yo, it can't possibly get any better. So you know what I did? I just stopped watching it. I just like, you know, I'm giving you too many chances, and it keeps pissing me off and annoying me over and over again. But I'm the one that still willfully watches this nonsense over and over again. So you know what? Yeah, man, we gonna turn this episode of Stranger. A lot of these cats is literally Stranger Things. Hey, we gonna turn this episode of Stranger Things off, yo. We gonna turn it off and be done with it. Watch something else. You know what I'm saying? Watch something else that's more entertaining and more informative. I'm about to go into Walmart. I'm taking you outside. Walmart right now. I gotta get some new headphones because these just broke. I need to pony up the money and spend like $300 or $400. I'll be running through these headphones like crazy, man. But I like them, and they're only $30. Yeah, my bad. We're going to this Walmart situation right now, but I was saying I like these headphones. It's called man, I can't remember the name. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, these are called the Neckband Pro. And what's happening? I guess I don't handle them properly the way I should, so they be crackling and cackling, man. And when I'm out doing my job working, man, I can't be having this snap, crackle, and pop, and it's mad annoying, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to go ahead and get me some more. It's only $30, so you know what I mean? It is what it is, you know? All right. So we up in here. This Walmart right now. Yo, I just saw the giantest booty I've ever seen in my life. That was crazy. But if I would have flipped the camera around, I would have been looking real creepy. Now, we're in this Walmart right now, so you know what I'm saying? I'm bringing the decibels down, but I can still show y'all that I can multitask while doing this. So yeah, man, like I said, the anxiety almost got me. And then, you know, so what I did was, once I made that post, a couple cats was trying to get at me, you know. What post did I make? What post did I make? Oh, no, I talked about what Trump did or whatever. And then, oh, yeah, no, I know what the post I made. It was another post where I said something about Trump firing Pam Bondi. I said it's kind of funny because all the people that hate him, they're forced to agree with one of his decisions. So it's like sensory overload. So that made people on the left think I'm a Trump supporter. No, I'm laughing at people. I'm laughing at fanatics acting fanatical. You know what I'm saying? It's possible to hide your emotions and not like somebody, but not like act like a raging lunatic online. That is possible. You know what I'm saying? But what did I say? Like, so since Trump made that post, a lot of people they say, "See, we told you so. We told you this is what he was going to do." But the thing is, saying "I told you so" didn't help get candidate that you wanted into office. Saying I told you so didn't make Kamala win. That's the thing. And the thing is, I remember even just during the campaign, it wasn't like not all Democrats, but like a lot of extreme ones. It wasn't like they were trying to be like logical and objective and trying to win people over. They were just on some, he's evil, you support a pedal, you stupid, you a racist, you shouldn't follow him, blah, blah, blah. Like that's, oh my God, eyes at you. That's how it was, they was trying to recruit through shame. That is a poor campaign tactic. I've never seen somebody shamed into picking somebody. You know what I mean? On that level. It's like, yo, I was about to vote for so and so, such and such, but then they called me a racist. So I didn't want to feel like I was racist. So I voted for who they wanted. What? If who you champion can hold up to scrutiny, right? If who you champion is actually talking about something, hummingbird. These hummingbird, wow, look at these hummingbird cookies. It says flavor confectionery pecans, banana pie. Yeah, I'm getting these, bro. These is as I told you, I don't get my cookies from the aisle no more. I get mine from the bakery section. But yeah, like if who you champion or who you want to be the commander in chief, if what they're saying is plausible and holds weight, then you shouldn't have to shame people or just bash somebody else that you don't want in order to raise that person up. Because you bash that person, you put that person, the other candidate down, and you shamed all that, but you never talked about what the person who you wanted in was going to do. You never really talked about that. Your whole focus was just bashing them. Or it's better than, you know what I'm saying? It's better than him. Nah, man, we need more than that, man. And all I was saying was, not only was y'all campaigning terrible and trying to convince individuals, because again, you try to convince through shame and bashing, and just bashing another person. But you didn't even give the individual that you championed enough time to even like be prepared to go against the bully, so to speak. You know what I mean? America is known for being racist for the past 20-something years. And America is known for being sexist. So you mean to tell me after like 200-something years, and they say, they voted in Barack Obama, but man, he still was a man. He was raised by a woman. The woman, his mother was white, and he had no black influence growing up at all. So he just looked the part to get the black vote, but ultimately he still had white sensibilities. Keep it real. So essentially, this entire time, all the presidents, whatever we're at number 47, all 47 was white, period. You think all of a sudden that's going to change? If America didn't vote for a white woman to be the president, what in the world do people think? What makes them think they're going to vote in a person of color? Come on, man. And so all I did was call that out. I was like, it wasn't fair that they put her in that position. She didn't really have time to prepare. I mean, even though she'd been in office for 4 years, but as far as campaigning, I don't even think she expected to be thrust in that situation, but she couldn't say no. She did the best that she could with what she had, but she had no preparation. I said that is the equivalent of like Tyson Fury is like, let's say he's the biggest bully in boxing, knocking everybody out. They can't get nobody to beat him. So it's like, you know what? We're going to get Clarissa Shields to fight Tyson Fury. Now, Clarissa Shields, I will say she's the baddest chick on the planet, knocking chicks out left and right. She doing what she got to do. But you trying to get her to fight against Tyson Fury, though. And here's the worst caveat. You're not even giving Clarissa Shields that much time to train. That's the equivalent of what they did. So are you more mad at the bully for winning when you should be mad at yourself for not presenting the right champion to take out the bully, A, and B, not even giving like the person that you propped up enough training time to even take out said bully. And that's all I said. And by me saying that, which is extremely objective, it's like, you just Trump support. You know what I'm saying? You a white supremacist. I'm a black white supremacist. Yeah. Because I'm objectively calling something like Max Kellerman. You know what I mean? It's just I'm calling it how I see it. America ain't ready to let a woman lead the country. Because if they was, 2 times we said no. If they was ready, it would have happened. She would have won. And it's like, not only did she lose, she lost terribly. Probably one of the worst. How you gonna lose all the swing states? All the cornbread, all the hog maw. I want them pig feet. I want that corn. No, I'm just playing. But you lost all the swing states. You lost the popular vote. And you lost the electoral college. Like, clean sweep, man. That's like a boxing match. You got knocked out, right? But in the last round, but not only did you get knocked out, you lost every round on points. I just want to get some headphones. Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Look at the neckband pros. Those right there. Yep. Yeah, he got more. He hit you with more power punches, caught you with more jabs, knocked you down more times. It was just a lopsided, terrible fight, man. Horrible. Are you surprised that he won? She was outmatched, man. And this right here, that's it.
Would you want a warranty for this item?
Yeah, because these always break, so I think it's about time I get one.
And the way the warranty works, by the way, is there'll be a number on it, call that, and you go to the Allstate website. So
okay. All right, and I just mail it off or whatever process they send. Okay. Yeah, I do that.
Probably $40 and 47 cents.
Yep. All right. Thanks a lot, man. But yeah, if it was a boxing match, that joint was terrible, man. It was no contest. And when I say like she's out of her weight class, I mean in the respect that America just ain't ready to vote for a woman or vote for a woman of color. Like she had 2 things against her. It was almost like they wanted her to lose. It's like they wanted this to happen. What's going on, man? Like the fix was in. I don't know I think you can gamble on the outcome of presidencies. And a lot of people thought she was going to win. Or rather, a lot of people knew she was going to lose, but pretend like she was going to win, but they bet the other way. A lot of people probably got rich that night, man. For real. You know? So all I did was I objectively made a status. But you can't be, it's crazy, it's like nowadays you can't be objective. You can't just call stuff how it is. You have to be in that echo chamber. You gotta be this, or you gotta be that. I'm not this, I'm not that, and I'm not even in between. I'm just observing. At this point, how many times have politicians said he was gonna do something, and then they always go, that politicians always lie. Or sometimes they have the intentions of doing something, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. This happens all the time. This ain't nothing new. It always happens. And at this point, it's like, you know, I voted. That was the first time I voted in like since 2008. Damn. In 16. I was